this perfectly segues, because what is the bad of Mauisnake?
Yeah. Okay. My bad here is I'm actually kind of disappointed that they're moving away from ZTR and that they're bringing in Linus. I think
that is the edgiest fucking take possible, Vu. You weren't anticipating that take, because I'll tell you right now, you pull up ZTR's page, mate,
it's awful.
That's more red than a fucking, one of those like Indian shootouts in the fucking Wild West or something. That's brutal. That is a fucking brutal one. So I don't know. Come on then, give me this take. Make the case for why ZTR should have stayed in NIP for fuck's sake. Come on, do it.
Because the problem that was plaguing NIP, I thought, before they actually got Device, before they got ZTR, was that Twist was just making too many bad plays. So I thought that if they get a guy that makes no plays at all, then everybody, the good players on the team, Rez, Plopsky, actually Hampus and Noct to an extent, they can have a little bit more freedom. But it was just like Twist just decides that it's his time to bust out the double op and just be unable to retake now, and like he just did too many. He like took too much initiative. It's like you want people to be comfortable, you want people to like call for their own plays. I think Twist called for too many, and ZTR was like the complete opposite side of the spectrum, and he was like, I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna do absolutely nothing every round except for run in when you guys tell me to, and if they exec on my bomb site, I'm gonna delay them as long as humanly possible by right clicking a smoke, sitting in it, and letting you guys rotate in as I try to just like be a nuisance. And so that actually set up people like Device really well, and Rez got to bait the shit out of ZTR, and it looked awesome. Like Rez had the best tournament I've seen him play in a year or 2 years actually, because he just got to be like, use the sacrificial lamb in the best way possible. So I was like, you know what, that's unlocking Rez. It's actually like not being a hindrance because he never like runs out and dies or anything like that. He just does what his team tells him to do, and he's helping IGL on certain maps that they had problems with. Like this, just everything made so much sense about him in the system. When you look at how he's performing on the CT side, he was targeted. Like people ran at him a lot. Like Rops in the grand finals just outplayed the shit out of him, because Rops, if there's anybody who can like slow play a situation and get the better of somebody else, it's Rops. So like on a world class level, ZTR was outplayed there. But like when they played teams as they were moving through the bracket, like FPX or even when they took a map off of G2, like ZTR, he looked comfortable enough and he didn't look like a huge hindrance. Whereas Linus is just kind of like, he kind of just hits me as this very vanilla rifler now that is going to like, I mean, I haven't seen enough of him play yet to like really make a hard assessment on him, but he's getting kind of bad rolls and he's just kind of like a suboptimal player. So you would just look at his spots right now and you're like, I just want Crims, or I just want Brawl in there. I just want a better like kind of star player to play those spots, where ZTR had a very specific like position in the structure of NIP.
What do you think, Vu?
So is your argument here that LNZ isn't the right replacement? Because you're kind of saying ZTR is okay, but not.
He also adds
like,
something to the like
better,
structure,
right?
Basically. Like he's saying it makes two players better, essentially. Yeah. And essentially, what he's countering my argument that his stats with shit is like, okay, but he knows how to play it. Like basically, if you have shit stats, you better be like Chris G. You better like make everything work. You better play super smart. You better never like do something wrong here. You better be the bait when you need to. Like basically, like, it's kind of sounds like you were making ZTR was actually making the team work.
Yeah, I thought he was making the team work. Like I'm gonna be real. In the like you're talking about how in the green rooms we get like 20% of what the shit we were saying there. I was like shit talking ZTR so much in the beginning of Flashpoint 3, but by the semi by the third BO3, I had to actually give it up, and I was like, okay, this guy's clutching a shitload. Like this guy keeps winning rounds that I don't think they should be winning for the team, and it's like, okay, he just delayed them by 15 seconds because he just never died. Like he's doing a lot of things where it's like, Prime Taco on SK/LG. Like he was doing a lot of that kind of stuff. And it was making me frustrated because I was like, his stats are so bad. I thought he was going to be bad. And he was just like fitting so well that it was annoying. By the way, that I was predicting the other teams to win.
I'll let you come in a second, Vu, but I want to take a segue there because I'll actually give you a quick story from the green room, because it's one of those ones where it's actually it's going to be funny, but it's so tame. It's like the person wouldn't mind you saying. It's not one of those like you're not revealing some confidence. And if you've ever followed this person's Twitter over the years, especially like 4 years ago, you would know this was his opinion. A lot of people won't know this, but because Yanko literally is as a man, as you'd see when he's on camera, right? He's a guy who's got like very strong opinions. Like, he'll stand by him completely. He'll disagree. His banter even's always like very scathing. You know, it's always sort of like, well, shut the fuck up, basically. You know, it's that sort of vibe. You know, basically, because he is like a macho type guy. By the way, it's just that region. Like, he's Serbian, mate. Like, he's very much like of his place he's born, right? Problem is, you can imagine the sort of person they don't like is someone who seems like sort of a bit of an effeminate man, you know, they're like, oh, I'm a bit nervous, guys. I don't know. They're like, well, get the fuck out then. So basically, until Astralis became the gods, here's one of those people, by the way, that I throw in that mix of like, I always thought the sickest thing about the Astralis era is behind the scenes, all those top teams low-key thought like, yeah, these guys are just fucking chokers, or they're just nerds doing fucking smokes and stuff. Oh, fuck them. Yeah, you know, we should beat them for SK or for a FaZe or for Virtus Pro because we're real men, you know, we like play Counter-Strike and run in and shoot you in the head. So they all thought actually like, nah, they're never going to be really the best. But they just won so many times. Those guys even had to just like cock and just be like, you are the best. Like, because eventually you just look like an idiot if you just keep going, oh, they're lucky, they're cheating in smokes like Nico or whatever. Like eventually you just look like a fool, don't you? But you're doing it begrudgingly, like you are just sort of like, oh, fuck, I can't believe the person I sort of rooted against succeeds. So Janko used to hate Device in the game in the sense that like he was a mad choker, wasn't he? And obviously I will say I would always build him up like, and this is where Device has got to take over, and then, you know, it'd be like, fuck. And then what he would always do is, because there was that stupid meme where years ago for that major, Device wanted to change his alias to Dever, which is like his nickname or whatever, instead of Device, and he got blocked by Valve. Every time fucking Device would do some dog shit 1v1 or something, or just fuck up completely and miss a whiff, like an AWP shot that he definitely hit in like a group stage, Janko would just shout out, Dever! Just be like, and all you need to know, if you want the analog, because anyone who knows sports is going to completely get, this is why Janko's a consistent individual. Do you want to know another person he actually fucking despises for the exact same reason? Is fucking Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors. Because he also bangs on everyone if it's like a regular season game, but if it's like the NBA Finals, it's like he's had a lot of games that were just like, you're fucking choking it up. So he also, like, at least he's consistent. But I will just say, that's one of those ones where like the green room doesn't 100% come out, but there's people don't know how much shit talking goes on at the screen in the green room, because you just have players you hate and like, why is he still on the team? So it's just haterism. You're just going, see, told you he was shit. And you're just trying and the best, by the way, is if someone else likes him, you're just being horrible. You're just going like, oh, where's your boy? Where's your boy at now? Like, it's very petty. It's like school. It's like school, basically, you know.
That's what I got to laugh to the bank when you guys were doubting Yakinder in the green room, and I just kept taking it in. I was like, he's just gonna keep winning.
Here's the problem with that Mauisnake. Listen, obviously you're right. He was doing really well in that tournament generally, but all I'll say is this: like, there is that world where Refresh just doesn't push, and that's an entirely different tournament, mate. You know what I mean? Because everyone forgets that one dude.
Stupid. Yeah. Hands his life to Sanj.
Everyone forgets that was the only team that just had them in the bag. They just had them in the palm of their hand, and Refresh was just like, I don't really feel like winning this one. You can have a chance. Right, come on then, Vu. Where are you going on this one?
All right, I can kind of agree on the that ZTR made the team better. The problem is that I don't agree that he made the team. Like, I think if you're going to pick up Device, you need to replace ZTR at some point. I would have agreed more, I think, if you came with the argument that, like, while he's IGLing on a couple of maps, you at least need to give him some, like, you know, you need some time here. I think you're not going to be a top one team, and this is something the guys at FPX now have said. The reason they got rid of Crystal is because he was great. He would run out first like a human decoy, but you can't be the best in the world with a human decoy.
You have to frag
You need your first player out to get a kill. Yes. And the best teams are doing that, and I don't think ZTR is ever going to do that. So I don't know. We'll see about LNZ. It may or may not have been the change, but I think a change was warranted for sure.
Okay. Want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.